Hi guys, welcome back to the Mortgages AF podcast, and I am joined again by Stuart. How you doing, Stuart?
I'm all right. I'm a bit chilly, but apart from that, I'm all good.
I'm full of cold. I think everyone is. Everyone is. Welcome back to our mortgage market review, mortgage market updates every week. We're not going to do one next week. I've made an executive decision, Stuart. I don't know if you were planning on hopping on next Friday, but I'm not going to be here, so we're not going to do one next week. But I don't think anything will really change next week. Anything anyway? Do you?
No, it's all starting to the institutions will be closing down next Friday as well. So yeah, I think we'll all be starting to hopefully enjoy the Christmas period. It'd be nice.
Absolutely, yeah. So this will be our final one of the year, basically, but it is a big one, and it's going to be slightly different. We're not going to talk about products this week, so we're not going to give you any interest rates or anything like that, particularly, just because they've not really changed much. They've come down slightly, and we'll talk about that more in a minute, but they've not really changed enough for us to give you examples of different products and stuff like that. We will in the new year when we come back, so don't worry, we're not going to give up on that completely. Um, what we're going to talk about this week is just the market in general. So we'll go through everything that's going on. As always, this isn't advice, and you need to seek professional advice if you are looking for a mortgage. Stuart, what's happened this week in the mortgage market?
Well, what's happened? Bank of England have put the base rate up by 0.5%.
Yep.
Um, And I'm sure there was a lot of people concerned about what was going to happen when that happened, and was the interest rates for mortgages going to increase again? Um, but miraculously, they haven't,
Yeah.
and just like they haven't for the last few weeks. And that's pretty much down to what they call the swap rates. Swap rates are what financial institutions lend at, um, and they normally you'll normally see a difference in those if there's something happens quite quickly, or it could be, or the markets can be volatile. So what they do is they look at where interest rates are going over a period of time, um, and they're comfortable. The lenders are comfortable at this moment in time that the markets are moving where they thought they was going to be moving. So really positive. And we're starting to see more lenders now sort of coming in under the 5% mark. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah, it's really positive move for the market, I think, in the moment.
Absolutely. I think you've pretty much nailed the everything on the head there. So it's the big news this week. Obviously, Bank of England base rate 0.5% rise. I think there was talk of a 0.75% rise. So actually, 0.5% is quite good. And what's interesting, I was reading an article about it, is that I think three of the people on the committee actually didn't want a rise at all, or didn't want the 0.5% rise. I think some of them wanted a 2.25, and one of them didn't want any rise at all. So that means that a third of the committee, I think thought that there wasn't any need for it yet,
Yeah,
at least. So that's really promising. I think the 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 the, the real takeaway from this is yes, there's an increase, but no, it hasn't affected things yet. I think you've really covered off there the main thing. The interest rates from lenders aren't necessarily directly related to the Bank of England base rate. Yes, it will be a factor, but it's not the be all and end all. So I mean, if nothing else, hopefully this podcast will save me and you like half an hour on the phone to various clients this week when they're asking, will rates go up? The answer is we don't know, as always, but it's not showing any indication. The lenders haven't. They're not rushing to put rates up. They're not pulling rates and things like that. So it seems to me that they've already factored in the fact that the base rate's going to go up, and they're already dealing with it. As you said as well, interest rates have actually been coming down. We've seen a lot of that this week, as with previous weeks. I mean, we've been seeing it almost steadily since Rishi Sunak came in. That just steadily rates have been coming down, which is amazing news because that's what everyone wants. But yeah, I mean, what, have you got any other thoughts about the base rate or what you think interest rates will do? Obviously, it's hard for us to know, and it's all guesswork, and we're not economists. Is the other thing. We're mortgage brokers, so
Mark,
it's
I really wish I knew exactly where it was going, because I think I'll probably be working off of some beach in the Bahamas in the near future if I knew exactly where
yeah,
it was at. But
exactly.
the one thing I can say is that, from all the indications at the moment, things have really stabilised. And I think that's really, really positive, because it was only a number of weeks ago that we was watching interest rates fly through the roof, and everyone was concerned about where it was going to finish. And now gradually they've been sort of clawing back and reducing. Look, there's going to be no massive reductions in interest rates over the next few weeks, but they've been going the right way. And the fact that we can see quite a few rates now under 5%, um, if you'd have asked us that question probably 5 or 6 weeks ago, we wouldn't have had a clue that it was going to be back to where it is now.
No.
So I think that's positive. And also I think, I don't know about you, Mark, but I've had my inquiries are up this week. They're not massively
Yeah.
up, but I'm getting more inquiries. And at this time of year, normally it's quite quiet. Um, but yeah, numbers are up, and I think come the new year, it's looking really promising.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think a lot of people are seeing the positives of this and going out and house hunting. I think it's I think actually surprisingly busy at the moment. So yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much all we need to say about it, really. The rates are continuing to come down. The good thing you're seeing now is that when lenders are getting quieter, so as they are seeing less inquiries and less business coming in, they are bringing their rates down to encourage people again, which is what they usually do. So it's good to see them doing that again, and hopefully that competitiveness to get business will drive rates down a bit more as well. I think the base rate is probably going to carry on going up for a little bit longer, but
Yeah,
there's light at the end of the tunnel that we might be able to see sort of a downturn in the base rate next year at some point as well.
yeah, yeah. I think that will happen. I think come the spring, I think that's probably where we'll be at.
Mm. Very good. That would be something to look forward to.
Yeah,
Right. That's it. We're going to keep it short and sweet today because it's the last one before Christmas. And if you guys want to subscribe to us, you can do that on any of the podcasting apps out there. So you've got Apple Podcasts, you've got Google, you've got YouTube, anywhere you like. Basically, if there's a place to get podcasts, we're probably on it, and you can do it there. And we're going to carry on trying to do these every week, other than over Christmas and New Year. But every other week, usually we'll be doing these podcasts if we can, and just to give you guys an update on what's going on. And and we'll see you all in the new year.
perfect.
Cheers.
Have a good Christmas, and let's hope we have a really positive new year.
Yeah, cheers, guys. Have a good one. Bye
Cheers. Bye
bye.
bye. Bye bye.